It's a pretty deep topic and not just about material riches. It's more a mindset and attitude, behaviors and beliefs that guide a person's life. Generally speaking, this is a process through which people learn first to think about their opportunities, challenges, money, and success. In effect, a rich mentality has confidence with an optimistic feeling of having enough. It perceives the world as full of possibilities and opportunities for growth await. Richly mindset persons are proactive, take challenges for stepping stones to success, and even failure is embraced as an opportunity rather than seen as an end unto itself. A poor mentality, on the other hand, tends to reflect more scarcity thinking. It introduces fear and holds potential under check. People with a poverty mentality believe that no one can ever overcome apparently insurmountable obstacles. They only feel stuck to their status quo and believe that wealth was never reachable or that success happens only to a few. To understand these mindsets requires deep study into the belief systems that drive them. A wealthy mindset is characterized by self-efficacy, the feeling that one can indeed influence his or her life. Such a mindset encourages people to take risks, invest in education, and seek experiences that bring growth and prosperity. It will attract the right influences. One is more likely to network with like-minded people who share the same ambitions and goals. Social relationships will most often reflect aspirations simply because they relate with other people that inspire and motivate them. On the other hand, a bad mindset usually comes from restricting beliefs based on experiences and socialization, as well as unwholesome self-talks. This may internalize messages about money at the formative years of people, causing pervasive fear of failure and a hesitation to pursue more ambitious goals. It is further characterized by a helplessness, where one seems to be under the situation, and circumstances determine the destiny. Individuals are less willing to take risks, because anything they do will be for nothing. Such thinking results in stagnation cycles of missing opportunities and restricted growth. It reflects how such mindsets affect and alter the way people view career, financial, and personal relationships choices. People with a rich mindset are more likely to pursue entrepreneurial ventures or seek promotions in their jobs, driven by the belief that they can create their own success. They often view money as a tool for achieving their goals, investing it wisely to generate more wealth. A weak mindset may end up accepting low-quality jobs to serve security purposes instead of fulfillment, because he or she fears not doing as much. Money becomes stressful for such a person and not a freedom bringer. Hence, unhealthy habits begin to manifest, such as paying per paycheck or running with debt and no idea to pay off. Education impacts mindsets. People with a wealth mindset learn throughout their lives, as that is the biggest stimulus to bring success to one's pocket. They look for materials to read, attend as many workshops as possible, and read books to an extensive extent. It enables growth, not only in terms of increased skills, but also expands the network and introduces people to new ideas. In contrast, those who have a weak mindset think education is an expense rather than an investment. They can pass up the opportunities for learning because they don't feel capable of pursuing higher levels of education or training. Such a refusal to grow results in stagnation and missed opportunities. Even the words we use reflect our mindset. People possessing an abundance mindset thrive on empowering language, phrasing their experiences positively and emphasizing solutions rather than problems. They might take, "I will find a way to make this work," over, "I can't do this." Such a change in word use not only translates into thought, but also into the interactions with other people. They develop a healthy environment where collaboration and innovation flourish. On the other hand, people with a bad attitude use the defeatist speech that reinforces their feeling of inferiority and hopelessness. They usually complain about their situations by blaming other external circumstances for their failure to achieve what they want. Risk-taking is another area in which the rich and poor mindsets differ. They most probably would be taking greater calculated risks for life. They know that risk is part of growth and that often the potential rewards outweigh the losses. This ability to step out of comfort zones makes them take opportunities that can lead to success in finance and life generally. People with a bad mindset usually avoid risks. Instead, They like to stay in the safe zone and let things happen naturally. This fear of risk helps them from pursuing opportunities, which might bring about a change in their lives. Resilience is among the critical characters of folks with a wealthy mindset. They know that failures are part and parcel of the journey towards success. They don't give up in disappointment, but keep on trying new ways and strategies to conquer the given challenges. This resilience leaves room for the growth mindset to view challenges as opportunities and a tool for improving oneself. On the other hand, the poor mentality may find it hard to take in this resilience and is being pummeled by setbacks, unable to bounce back, forming a cycle of defeat that can cement their limiting beliefs in their mind. Another huge difference between the two mindsets is goal setting. Generally, rich mindset individuals have a sense of well-defined, ambitious goals and concretized plans toward the accomplishment of the desired objective. They always analyze how much they are progressing toward it and always orient their strategies, in cases where changes are called for, with an orientation towards a long-term view. Goal-oriented proactivity helps a person stay focused and responsible. Poor mindset individuals typically make sense of very vague or even impossible goals and become hopeless once they fail. Such lack of definition can lead to helplessness and inactivity and could only enhance their bad thoughts about potential. No one could debate the roles of community and environment in matters of mindset. Rich thinkers generally surround themselves with like-minded people who always support them and encourage one another to move in the right directions. The rich mentality is encouraged within them as their thinking is enhanced towards such people and the positive setting. Yet those people with the poor mentality will somehow stumble upon an environment where these limiting thoughts will come to be justified. Having a hopelessness due to lacking aspirations as they had bad surroundings or family circle or society often does make one feel hopeless. To achieve a transition from a poor to a rich mentality requires support networks. Think of gratitude and abundance thinking along the same lines. A thankful person has an abundant mind, aware of all the good things around him or her. Their life is rich and filled with abundance. Therefore, staying open for new things in life becomes easier. Instead of focusing on what they are missing, they will continue to attract further success because of what they already have. A negative thinking attitude will make the individual hold on to ideas about poverty and keep dwelling on how one is lacking. This poor concentration will lead to poor emotive states like bitterness, discontent, and further consolidate poor belief patterns. Cultural narrative about prosperity and success helps influence and shape the individual's mindsets. In many cultures, the wealthy are a badge for success, which is sometimes an awful burden living up to the expectations that society has set. Individuals holding a rich mindset find it in their best interest that being successful is subjective, of personal perspective, hence defining it for themselves regardless of society's standards. These kinds of people with poor-mindedness are usually pressed against running after what society's described as successful, and dissatisfaction begins to creep into one's life. They equate money with happiness. They only find that, upon achieving it, the riches will not satisfy them with the desired sense of fulfillment. Therefore, one has to understand the psychological nature of these attitudes. According to cognitive behavioral theories, our thoughts control the emotions, which further influences the behavior. People with a rich mindset tend to have positive, constructive thoughts, which build up confidence and motivate action. They tend to exhibit self-affirming behaviors that are conducive to their goals. On the other hand, people with a bad mindset will probably indulge in negative self-talk, which usually manifests itself into a feeling of inadequacy and inaction. Any person who wants to change from a poor to a rich mindset must have the ability to identify and fight against such thought patterns. The process of change in thinking is not overnight. One needs to reflect and take conscious effort. People would start using the rich mindset by identifying and reframing their limiting beliefs. This includes knowing all negative thoughts, understanding why one holds them, and remaining deliberate about replacing them with empowering beliefs. For example, thinking, "I will never be able to afford that," may change into, "What am I going to have to do to start working my way toward affording it?" That change of mind is more likely to produce action and opens new doors. Mindfulness and self-awareness also play a key role in this change. The act of mindfulness will help one understand themselves better, that is, knowing the moments when they start to slip into scarcity thinking. This allows them to change their perspective toward abundance and possibility. The most effective tool for this would be journaling, allowing them to record their thoughts, set goals, and track their progress. With time, writing about experiences of gratitude, success, and lessons learned can help create a rich mindset. Personal development investment would be a critical change in the change of mindset. There are several different investments one can do, from workshop and course attendance, getting mentored under someone that is living with a wealth-conscious mentality, or possibly by simply learning from someone else's experiences on generating ideas and strategies in finding or addressing problems and achievements. This also creates an elated atmosphere of concern one's over wealth, success, and mindset. Another great key towards the rich mindset, building financial literacy. As much as the individual should learn and know about how money works, the way budgeting and other stuff regarding savings, investment should occur, empowering a person about controlling the financial future would provide it, helping the decision one way or another, and ultimately bringing away money from thinking people think scarcity. By cultivating a healthy relationship with money, people could view it from the perspective of one being fearful and limited to one of opportunity and growth. In short, changing a poor mindset to a rich mindset is a very personal and transformative journey. There is perhaps some subconscious program that has to be gotten out of the way, positive influence surrounding you, and lifelong learning and growth. The process can be irritating, but the fruits are well worth it. Greater resilience and better relationships. These will give them a much more ideal position of wealth, lives rich and bountiful, and life totally within their means. And during this process, the world will unlock the keys of making money, but fast will realize that the mental perspective controls everything else in their lives. When people adopt a rich mindset, they can see changes in their general well-being. Therefore, positive change from new perspective and insight can result in enhanced emotional well-being and quality of relationships, and also satisfaction. Richness of mind and mindset produces feelings of empowerment, giving individual power to own life and decision-making based on one's core values and longings. The sense of empowerment can rub off various facets of life and influence relations and career endeavors and people relationships. A rich mindset can also create ripples for those of one's community. People who grow and succeed become inspiration to others. They can share knowledge, support, and uplift all others, which is a cultural expression of abundance and growth. This sense of community can be very powerful because it drives home the fact that success is not a scarce resource, but is something to be collectively cultivated. Furthermore, from being poor to rich, a change is often experienced in values and preferences. One may start prioritizing experiences over materialist goods because true fulfillment stems from connections, learning, and personal growth. Because of this, people experience life in a more meaningful way, richer in opportunities and the ability to collaborate, innovate, and contribute. The desire to pay back, it often arises because a reformed person may want to pay the good deeds done to him so that he can journey on. Hence, it goes way beyond the mentality of living and thinking that defines rich and poor. Hence, a rich and a poor mentality extends way past merely the limits of not having the financial capability to do something. The conscious adoption of the rich mindset helps people free themselves from limiting beliefs, promotes growth, and develops an enriching and successful life. Indeed, it is complicated and very hard work, but benefits, personal empowerment, positive relationships, and a sense of purpose are priceless. Along the journey of learning, people will probably find out that their mindset depicts not only their condition, but is also a strong force that might change their direction. Changing from a poor mindset to a rich mindset will put people into a life filled with abundance, resilience, and fulfillment. This is a journey of transformation where an individual is challenged to look into his or her past experiences to identify patterns that have led one to develop the current mindset and way of living. Family, culture, and education should be checked on because they contribute to defining the way of how one interprets wealth and success. Many people carry forward narratives from their upbringing, messages about money, hard work, and self-worth that can unconsciously dictate their actions and decisions. For example, that person who grew up in that house where financial discussions were frightening may develop a relationship of fear with money. As such, they may assume wealth is something that came by luck or sheer hard work. A child who witnesses people opening their businesses and handling their funds will regard money as opportunity. And if one can go looking for the right strategies and hard work is implemented, a sense of achievement can be achieved. Through such patterns, individuals can start to unravel self-identity from financial circumstance and then begin to start creating a narrative that serves their aspirations rather than that holds them back. As this occurs, most people experience change in their self-concept. A rich mind, on the whole, is fundamentally synonymous with self-confidence and self-esteem. People begin to perceive the value of themselves, besides the impact that they can uniquely give back to the world. This will create a sense of empowerment, and it instills in them a belief that they deserve success and that their aspirations are valid, which creates a positive feedback loop, reinforcing their new mindset. This journey also instills resilience and perseverance. People with a rich mindset realize that the journey towards success is rarely direct. In this journey, they know that some setbacks and failures are ahead of them. They are expected but instead embraced as part of the learning process. This was moving the conversation from fear of failure to emphasis on resilience because people began adopting strategies of coping with adversity by learning to pivot and adapt rather than retreat because of challenges. This resilience also has a long-term perspective. A rich mindset provides a way for people to visualize their goals and aspirations as a journey rather than final destinations. The long-term viewpoint fosters patience and tenacity, keeping them stuck to their aspirations even during periods when progress seems insignificant. It helps them focus on the small victories accumulated in the process that, overall, lead to a significant amount of growth in themselves. A rich mind still entails a conscious practice of gratitude and appreciation. People learn to be satisfied with whatever it is that they have, never to focus on what lacks from them. This way of perceiving things makes them believe more in abundance and causes the people to look at life optimistically. Practicing gratitude might be as simple as keeping a daily journal of gratitude or dedicating 1 minute a day to all the good things in one's life. This helps change and rewire the brain to start responding to opportunities and abundance. Hence, it builds the thinking mind open to growth and success. Financial education, therefore, forms a vital basis through which one transforms one's relationship with money. People with a wealthy mindset want to know how to handle money, invest, and make it grow. For them, financial literacy refers to how they can use their resources as leverage to create opportunities not only for themselves but for other people as well. It gives them knowledge regarding the best way to make calculated risks and make the best possible decisions to create a financially sustainable planning approach that really adheres to their value system and aspirations. A rich mindset also relates to networking and community engagement. Relating with people who share the same goals and values provides a conducive atmosphere where people can grow and cooperate with one another. Generally, the people who have a rich mindset are more willing to share their knowledge, experiences, and resources with other people, thus making an abundance culture. Success is not a zero-sum game. Instead, there is enough room for everybody to thrive. As people build a rich mindset, they also begin looking into their purpose and what they want to make of this world. This discovery sometimes comes with a better understanding of how their values align with professional pursuits. People, for example, may be looking forward to careers or entrepreneurial ventures that not only secure their financial futures, but also contribute to their self-fulfillment. This may work to align personal values with professional aspiration, thereby creating a potent drive to stay the course notwithstanding challenges and pushes for success. Philanthropy and giving back to the community also becomes a natural extension of the rich mindset. Those who have had transformations feel a deep sense of wanting to uplift others and bring betterment to communities. This is because they feel their privilege and believe they can do something to change it. Philanthropy, in terms of finance, time, or knowledge share, further confirms that success is indeed appreciated when it is spread to others. The steps to a wealthy mindset further nurture reflective behavior and a willingness to adapt. Life is full of uncertainty, and most people with a rich mind are going to embrace change with open arms as part of living. They know that flexibility breeds strength and allows them to bend and reach for new opportunities right when they come along, which is very important during an ever-changing world where an ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn the way things are done is extremely important to succeed. In this regard, mindfulness practices can be useful in fostering a rich mindset. Mindfulness enables one to become more self-aware and thus watch one's thoughts and emotions without judgment. This awareness provides the space for intentional decision-making, allowing one to approach challenges with clarity and purpose. Mindfulness techniques such as meditation or mindful breathing may help reduce stress and anxiety, thereby making one better focused and empowered to work towards his goals. As one walks this way of transformation, he impresses other people to adopt his path. Personal experiences in terms of growth, challenges, and triumphs are great motivators to others. The empowerment culture comes about when the rippling effect occurs among people, motivating them to be more successful together. This makes the concept even more valid that every individual can develop a rich mindset and make a difference in their lives and society. Conclusion: in short, the transition from a poor mindset to a rich mindset is a transformation that changes every aspect of life. It calls for self-reflection, courage, and dedication to transformation. Through the development of resilience, gratitude, literacy in finance, and community interaction, there is a definite shift in mindset that can finally lead to a life abounding. This is from personal achievement to connectivity and greater purpose beyond individual goals, unlocking potential through admitting that maybe mindset can be powerful. Intentional steps that lead into further transformation to create and build a fulfilling and meaningful life. In the final analysis, then, there is no poor or rich. It depends upon the mental and physical attitude that comes with a given mindset. Through a rich mindset, one develops the power to change his life script, pursue the things in which he or she would be interested, and eventually live to see the world become filled with abundance and prosperity. As they enrich their mentality, they seem to be constantly challenged to change or defy the given set of their assumptions and commitment. The process of mental evolution is not linear. It has ups and downs. This journey, in the process, makes self-reflection a useful tool. People learn to stop and reflect on their thoughts, feelings, and behavior at regular intervals. This reflective practice allows them to reflect and find out if there is anything that might pop up again, and that they must ensure and keep their guard against that old thinking of scarcity which often appears in times like such adversity. Richness of mindset results in many benefits toward efficacy the belief an individual possesses regarding his or her capacity to successfully execute the necessary behaviors required for the achievement of certain outcomes. As people face greater challenges and experiences, their increasingly high level of self-efficacy is what brings them to great risks in order to get more ambitious goals in life. They realize that experiences in the past do not help define their future. New options can be opened up for them through the actions of their doing. Such belief encourages them to pursue whatever passion they may have, starting a business, publishing a book, or carrying education into higher levels. Apart from that, good mentality often lets one find his life's meaning. With a clearer understanding of their values and what drives them, they can line up their goals with their intrinsic motivations. Such alignment is significant for sustained motivation because satisfaction and fulfillment are greater if the goals pursued are rooted in personal values. As they strive to accomplish the objectives, they begin investing much in what they do as work results become self-enforcing achievement and development. Mentoring, therefore, also grows incrementally in their learning. People with a rich mindset usually seek mentors who can give them wisdom, support, and encouragement. A mentor can offer valuable insights based on their experiences that can help ments avoid common pitfalls and navigate challenges. This link encourages self-actualization, but also asserts that success is not a solo endeavor. Rather, it is usually a collective work. Mentors can also act as role models, showing how a rich mentality leads to actual change in every sphere of life. On another dimension, abundance is more than having or having more. The more that one develops a rich mentality, the more he opens his time, knowledge, and resources to other people in his life. This magnanimity enriches his relations and the community which he is dwelling with. That is a positive flow when individuals surrounding them share the very same mindset, fostering very lively communities wherein people tend to cooperate and help out one another. Rich in their personal and community lives, they will be rich in their professional life. As they take up the growth-oriented perspective, their career flexibility increases. They learn more about changes in job markets, emergent technologies, and how things evolve in industries. Today's fast-paced world makes the ability to learn and unlearn quickly a distinction-making factor in one's career. Rich thinkers of the world would probably be curious to their profession with a thirst to test them. They might try to learn more about it in the way of formal education, training, and networking events. That brings them skill enhancement together with new opportunities and the opening up of collaboration options. They know that no person is born great. One keeps learning and updating themselves to stay relevant and compete within one's respective area. Such people become self-advocates and advocates in return when they embrace their development career. They learn to make bargains for betterment opportunities, advocate for themselves in terms of ideas for them to acquire, and seek other jobs aligned with their values and long-term goals. It is an inevitable fruit of increased self-confidence through awareness of their worth. So they become leaders by influencing their colleagues to possess this same mindset of change and empowerment. Emotional intelligence that builds with a wealthy mindset also serves as an essential element for success at work. As people become more aware of themselves and their emotions, they become better able to navigate interpersonal relationships. This adds up to emotional intelligence that permits effective communication, empathy, and collaboration. In short, skills any working person would be in infinite demand for. As they develop these competencies, individuals improve the way they work with others. This means that work environments tend to be more productive and harmonious. People with a rich mindset tend to be more resilient as they grow in life and at work. Life will have its challenges, but people with a rich mindset can handle setbacks much better. They see obstacles as chances for growth rather than insurmountable barriers. This resilience helps them bounce back faster, maintain a positive outlook, and continue pursuing their goals even when the path becomes difficult. Usually, the development of coping skills is what defines resilience, so one might use several skills and techniques which make him feel strong enough to cope with uncertainty and stress. Among them includes mindfulness, exercising the body, and forming a network of supporters. Such things as meditation, yoga, or writing a journal may keep people's minds at peace and focused while they try to solve problems in life. With personal resilience, wealthy mentalities foster building a wealth of community resilience. This will make people feel that the people surrounding them need resilience to get over bad situations in life and work toward developing a circumstance where people feel equipped and empowered to tackle it. Group resilience may arise through community support networks and can take the form of any number of programs of action that build up persons or individuals experiencing adversity. Additionally, people with a rich mindset are more appreciative of the opportunities and resources that are available to them. This makes them feel happier, but also connects them to others. They learn that their success is very often interlinked with others' support and contributions. This realization gives them a sense of responsibility to give back through mentoring, volunteering, or philanthropic activities. Along this route, people experience dark periods and times when they have the same levels of doubt and hardship as people who may never actually set goals. They, therefore, must remind themselves that growing happens and failures come. What is needed, especially then, is to love and accept themselves so much and so profoundly to the level where, when hardships knock at the door, they come without trouble. In adversity, there is the rich mindset guy who finds solace in his vision. He reminds himself of the very reasons why he wants and the impact he wants to create. This connection for purpose is a guiding light when things get tough. He visualizes his goals and the wonderful outcomes he wants, and Of course, he breeds hope that propels him forward. As people progress along the journey, the concept of success might start to be rewritten. It is no longer only defined as a source of profits and social acceptance, but appreciated more for the feeling of victory that it provides. Growth of individual personality and valued relationships take the shape of success tales. It is this awareness that gives one a fulfillment of the journey and not just its end. This new appreciation for the journey can lead to deeper joy and fulfillment in everyday life. Richness in mindsets teaches one to celebrate small victories, to recognize progress being made along the way. Whether mastering a new skill, making a meaningful connection, or impacting someone's life positively, each step makes them who they are growing into. As the transformational journey towards a rich mindset progresses, people often become activists spreading the power of change within their communities. They share horizons of growing, resilience, and empowerment, inspiring others to join their transformation journeys. It has a multiplying culture of possibilities wherein people uplift each other and work towards success together. Realization that they actually can contribute to other success helps them be motivated and have a strengthened commitment in growth, both in person and in the community. Conclusion: the road from the poor mindset to the rich mindset is rich and endless, with no boundaries on the part of the individual's success. Self-actualization requires reflection, resilience, emotional intelligence, and commitment to personal growth. As people grow their wealth consciousness, they open the way to growth and change, not only for themselves, but for the people around them as well. Following the principles of abundance, gratitude, and community, they inspire empowerment and possibility in society and will be remembered for generations, encouraging others to dream and do what they wanted. Rich-poor mentality is not, after all, just a reflection of being rich or poor, but one representing the strength of beliefs, attitudes, and actions in the lives of people. Along this journey of transformation, people find out they have a power to create a purposeful, fulfilling life of many opportunities. It is at such a deepening commitment to the rich mindset that people often experience transformative moments that challenge their perceptions and broaden their horizons. Such a moment might occur in the form of a significant life event, such as a career change, a personal loss, or a new relationship. These experiences can serve as catalysts for introspection, prompting individuals to reevaluate their goals and the beliefs that underpin them. Transition brings an easier welcome of change. There are people that are rich in the mind who make natural and easy transitions that go beyond all comfort and uncertainty, but often brings growth. And with optimism, this is the greatest opportunity there is to have learned from a situation gone one step further than whatever had been dreamed or seen. Getting more out of things makes living easier as well as exciting to adhere to. They also look outside to solve the problems they face. They can get a fresh perspective or a different view when speaking with friends, mentors, or even strangers. Openness to feedback helps build a learning culture in which people learn that wisdom comes from many sources. With this openness to ideas and experiences, they gain much more knowledge about the world and their place in it. This process is also generally practiced with vulnerability. People realize that discussing their own weaknesses and vulnerabilities helps them have a real connection with the other people. Vulnerability leads to community because everyone shares their journeys of development and change. It leads to an environment where people can mutually support each other in success or failure. Being vulnerable actually does build relationships that eventually pay off in the long run. They are invaluable sources of strength and encouragement. As such, the rich psyche often searches for the number of people to surround herself with support and likeliness. They provide the latter as a safety net, though, as well as inspirational motivation that acts like some sort of motivating force. Professionals growing person and organizationally take place and will most likely attribute to their profession's roles close to them or their inner passions and values. Professionally, a career isn't merely taken for someone's survival purposes, but perhaps more important in making change and betterment in what is perceived of the outside world. Attaining greatness due to finding an alignment through something larger than self can work highly well within someone. Such meaningful careers offer the opportunity to exercise leadership as much as is needed, so that it can become the strongest example to colleagues or peers who, through being exposed to role models in action, understand what is meant by living out the riches of the mindset principles. Mentoring helps people in their own unique transformations for success through commitment and toughness. This has the effect of ripples in a growth culture. Everyone strives toward excellent results and helps another person to work toward attaining them. This would be how people with a rich mindset handle work-life balance amidst all the complexities of working lives. They know that people need time to recharge both the body and mind. Their life will be so balanced that it will help them stay engrossed in whatever they are trying to achieve while also helping them maintain their well-being. It will be understood by them that taking time to rejuvenate themselves through hobbies, exercising, or relaxation would keep their energy and enthusiasm up. This not only adds to the self, but also the health of the relationship, and it is visible with people who can make connections with family and friends and loved ones to nourish such bonds. It is the capability of the individual to connect, knowing that their connection gives them emotional support to the whole, which creates overall happiness. This encourages them to create deeper relationships in life, where experiences shared together and mutual understanding enhance life's richness. Further knowledge about abundance starts evoking a sense of responsibility to society in a positive way. There are those who take their heart matters, such as social justice, environmental sustainability, and education, as a cause and take up the challenge to bring these matters into the consciousness of the world. This sense to make a difference has risen from the conviction that attainment in life goes beyond getting personal success. The individuals with advocacy and social causes build on change in their respective societies. They make use of their resources, capabilities, and contacts for publicity and mobilizing the fellow people for the initiative to help those in need. That is what gives rise to the notion that sufficient quantities are unlimited. Abundance increases and may be divided among others. As they give, individuals often find a new purpose. Giving, whether by time, talent, or treasure, brings fulfillment beyond what material wealth can give. In this aspect, the creation of a legacy shows how their values would be reflected in progress toward the well-being of their future generations. The rich mindset individual, apart from contributing to the community and individual development, learns throughout life. This is because the change that occurs in this world is constant, and one has a better chance of growing on a personal and professional level by staying curious. One may achieve this through advanced education, attending workshops, reading books, or doing courses online. Pursuing knowledge really does enrich their lives because they become able to get new skills or a different view meant for improving capabilities. It creates doors for more opportunities within career development as well as personal projects. A person with many mentality accepts the process of learning that would continue, therefore, remains open-minded to a learning interest in other activities or passions. In addition, embedding learning in one's daily life can play a frivolous and imaginative dimension. These could be hobbies of interest to an individual such as painting, cooking, or playing an instrument. Such creative pastimes provide a feeling of self-expression and at the same time a sense of fulfillment and happiness. The process of creative activities reinforces the belief that life is not about achieving anything else, but instead enjoys the journey and experiences that bring. It will also make people more confident about their failures and in themselves, not that they are perfect. Rather, failure is something they need to learn how to progress with. This change of attitude will make setbacks turn out to be stepping stones instead of full-scale invasions towards growth and success. If failure occurs, a person with a rich mindset exercises self-compassion because he or she knows that to err is human. He or she learns to take lessons from failure to analyze what exactly went wrong and how one can improve the next time. This type of analysis will fortify their decision-making and helps adjust. It therefore increases the possibility of success in subsequent endeavors. They will learn to cope with the risk, and the estimated risk will make them more prone to stepping out of their comfort zone. That is where magic works: growth, innovation, new opportunities. It would make them embrace uncertainty while encouraging the spirit of exploring, pushing them to try new facets about themselves. It may also transform them, adding even more fulfillment to their lives with their ability to take risks. One might find himself doing impossible things, like traveling into new places, opening business, or engaging in any adventurous activities. These activities become part of their history, and they believe that they can make the life they want. People are thankful to the things that they will encounter when they grow deeply into their minds. One learns of their dependence and how the others contribute a lot in their life. It's not just an experience to be positive. It becomes learning, brings relationships by such events, and even miracles in the simplest occasions. The more a person practices gratitude, the better his general welfare will be. He will also approach life with a better attitude. He begins to notice everything he has in life instead of dwelling on whatever he does not have. This shift in perspective brings about a sense of plenty that encourages him to continue building a purposeful and fulfilling life. In short, the process of personal development, resiliency, and community engagement is what is achieved to attain a rich mindset. Such as a path where individuals acquire knowledge of self, value, and aspiration. Only these types of individuals learn to embrace changes, praise failures as areas for growth, and emphasize relationship nurturing. They then go on to create a legacy through lifelong learning, self-care, and giving back, which mirrors the beliefs and, in turn, reflects positively on the world at large. Richness in life can not only be seen in financial gains, but rather connections made, experiences shared, and legacy left behind. An opulent mindset opens up doors to possibilities like abundance, fulfillment, and meaning to life. This means that these paths of change make others go through them and serve as a way to uplift and empower others through changes. They develop and gradually realize that success lies in how much they can contribute to making others successful within society rather than the mere success they are experiencing within life. The journey is continuous, and with every step forward, people find themselves not only becoming richer in their minds, but also enriching the lives of those around them. As people move further down their journey toward a rich mindset, they are sure to encounter the challenge of keeping their growth and enthusiasm up with the inevitable pressures of life. Such external forces of pressure, motivation fluctuation, and routine daily life activities are always threatening to bring them back to scarcity thinking patterns. Here lies very great importance of commitment toward lifelong practices and strategies, which is critical for maintaining their rich mindset over long periods. What's important is the building of rituals and routines that will help them live with positive thinking and personal development. It allows people to understand that day-to-day practices do really shape the way one thinks and the habits one owns. A morning routine may be set up to help the individual get a good start in the day. Meditation, journaling, or exercise activities become the very base of their lives, encouraging mental acuity, emotional strength, and physical health. It helps a person find inner peace and mindfulness by meditation. Such an activity centers them, making them more conscious of their thoughts and feelings. They will be able to challenge their negative self-talk or any other limiting belief that may pop up because they have learned to listen to their inner dialogue without judgment. It then becomes natural for them to handle situations calmly and in a balanced state of mind as time passes. On the other hand, journaling is a very powerful tool towards self-reflection and thanks. It allows them to put their thoughts on paper, which can help state their aspirations, track their movement, and process their experiences, thus making them reflect each day on their goals, accomplishments, and reminding oneself of how far they are from their goals. To top it all, using gratitude journaling will increase people's appreciation for the great things in their lives, small as they may be. Physical exercise is another part of life through which a healthy mind may flourish. It can be understood that physical fitness has contributed to mental relief by eradicating some stress, anxiety, or depression from minds. Those who attach importance to physical fitness show improved moods and energy so that life's problems and challenges become easy to bear. Either running, performing yoga, or playing teamwork sports makes it easier to connect their bodies and their minds with each other, thus furthering the progress of one's health. As they design these daily habits, the individuals also learn to be flexible and adaptable. There are so many unexpected things in life, and a situation may arise that can make even the best laid plans irrelevant. Those with a rich mindset know failure does not come in the form of setbacks, but an opportunity for growth and learning. Such a mindset lets people be creative in their solutions and find other alternatives when the situation seems impossible. Under stress, people tend to cling to their support systems. They learn to appreciate the importance of being around positive influences, friends, family, mentors, and colleagues who uplift and inspire them. Such relationships become lifelines in challenging moments. Mutual support that comes from such relationships creates resilience and motivates people to stay focused on their goals. Moreover, with a growing sense of the influence power of the social environment, a person controls the circle in which he lives as it dawns on him gradually about whom he wants to spend his time with. People around him share some of the qualities that a person is interested in developing. It increases their motivation as well as strengthens the will because they are well aware of the huge role relations play in mental and emotional development. With all this said, individuals whose resources are more rich in ability also end up with this life intuitive sense. It can use instinct to tell them what directions to choose that would give better alignment to their choices on values and aspirations. From this standpoint, they easily navigate the uncertainty of reality so that people end up proceeding down pathways they never envisaged before. There comes a practice of mindfulness when the cultivation of intuition happens. Mindfulness teaches them how to be in the moment to feel, think, and know their surroundings. Such heightened awareness helps the conscious decision-making process as against being reactive, allowing a person to live an intentionally life. In decisions which appear complex and confusing, people take the time to pause and consider their actions and outcome as they move forward. These practices also make persons develop emotional resilience. They learn to go on despite disappointment, frustration, and setbacks without losing hope of their goals. And rather than seeing obstacles as a stopping block, they learn instead to see them as part and parcel of their journey, some necessary experiences that should lead to growth and maturation. Resilience, through such lessons learned from prior experiences, is further bolstered by reminding them of their previous successes in overcoming adversity. The willingness to learn and develop one's skills constantly is also one important factor to sustain the rich mentality. They feel that learning is an infinite process, and they continuously seek ways to enhance their knowledge and expertise. In most cases, this takes various forms: courses, workshops, books, and even online courses. While it makes professional know-how, learning via education for lifelong development fosters a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world. It quenches one's thirst for knowledge that is supposed to keep minds bright and fully engaged with the world. Hence, they can adjust speedily with changing circumstances and capitals in new opportunities. Learning finally retains the concern of the idea that growth is possible at any stage of life. As they learn more through education, people find a direction. They start relating the experiences they get from learning with their values and aspirations in order to identify how they can bring the new knowledge into their personal and professional lives. This alignment brings people into a deeper commitment toward goals because they realize that education can enable them to bring about the desired change in the world. People may also seek mentors and role models who are exemplars of the values they wish to embody. Such relationships would be very helpful in the journey of life and at work. A mentor would provide some valuable insights, share experiences, and encourage a person when things are getting tough. This kind of mentorship relationship reiterates the fact that success is never achieved in isolation, but always through shared knowledge and support. With mentorship, people may be motivated to pay the forward and become mentors themselves. It is a relationship whereby they will strengthen their dedication to personal growth and also use this to uplift others who are in the same journey. Their sharing of experiences, insight, and lessons learned leads to the empowerment culture through which people grow and resurface within their communities. A rich mindset goes beyond individual development and molds people in terms of how they interact with other people, thus transforming their environment. A rich mindset individual advocates for change within his or her community simply because the actions that the person undertakes at times touch people's lives directly, And therefore, through participation in social causes, volunteering, and community involvement, the individual strives to ensure that change takes place positively. The satisfaction or fulfillment derived from it keeps a person attached to that sense of community, thus learning to value the cause of giving back to help others and making people's life better. The reinforcement comes in with this mindset by showing the realization that achievement is not about me. Achievement is more about service, contributing to a cause for all. Connecting to that will breed a very deep feeling of belonging and humanness. The further they go, the people with a rich mindset also become conscious of systemic issues in their communities. They talk about social justice, equality, and sustainability of the environment, thereby acknowledging their responsibilities as responsible citizens. In advocating for meaningful change, they contribute to the culture of accountability and compassion and inspire others to join in creating a better world. This may make people observe entrepreneurs who are also making big changes. Most entrepreneurs, now motivated by the pursuit of venture businesses that align with what they believe in and serve the needs of society, have the essence of a rich mindset, beliefs that innovation and impact always are possible. Entrepreneurship will provide people with the opportunity to tread in their passion areas, hence impacting their communities. They are aware of challenges that will be involved in launching a company and that failure is part of the deal. However, resilience and adaptability will give them an opportunity to be solutions to burning issues and enhance someone else's lives. As people undertake entrepreneurial activities, they seem to become more independent and in control. They are the masters of their own destiny and realize that their efforts may eventually be translated into real-world deliverables. Such empowerment drives them to take on the challenges and remain devoted to their dreams. Besides the entrepreneurial venture, people are still discussing collaboration and partnership. Because they know that meaningful changes often come from collective power, they pursue opportunities and seek to collaborate with similar-minded people to achieve shared goals. This collaboration and partnership can bring innovative solutions, expanded networks, and also a broader impact on community. Sharing resources and knowledge is another strength in collaboration. People with a rich mindset embrace abundance thinking, believing there is enough success to go around. They share insights, experiences, and connections with others and foster a culture of mutual support and growth. This makes collaborative spirits even more resilient and empowered on all hands. Life can be complicated, and this is particularly true of entrepreneurship and community involvement. Rather than focusing on ethics, they are convinced to always walk along that path. It is a rich mindset that allows individuals in this setting to solve dilemmas with integrity and a strong moral compass. They know their actions do not only reflect themselves, but also their values. In the face of adversity, the well-rounded person will stand steady on his principles. This is a person who knows what integrity, accountability, and decision-making in ethical manners can do. He will always keep him close to people's hearts through trust and respect, thus strengthening his leadership and activism for change. It is a journey of personal growth, staying strong, and a commitment to service to be able to succeed and get a good understanding of oneself. A journey through life is quite complicated, and one becomes used to change, has a meaningful connection with society, and advocates for change for the betterment of society. Their commitment towards lifelong learning, collaboration, and ethical leadership will therefore reflect their values and create a legacy towards betterment for future generations. True richness of life is in the relationships forged and lessons learned, not necessarily in the achievements attained. Also, on the positive impact made in this world. People actually become full-fledged, creating a meaningful, fulfilling, and connected life through the embodiment of a rich mindset. Their whole journey is actually an inspiring testament to the power of beliefs, attitudes, and actions that create not only their own destinies, but also those of the people around them. In such a way, the expansion of their growth spreads further, while inspiring others to start embarking on their journeys in the direction of a rich and meaningful existence.